Hello everyone and welcome back to Professor Layton and the Curious Village. Last time we started asking around about Baron Reinhold's old friend and we haven't found anything yet, so yeah. The pages of Baron Reinhold's diary were filled with passages reflecting upon his deep love for his child and late wife. We also discovered that the Baron left a note disclosing the location of the golden apple in the possession of a good friend of his. Perhaps Ingrid knows this friend of the Baron's. Sadly, even Ingrid, despite her intimate ties with the Reinhold family, seemed to know nothing that would help our investigation. Ingrid recommended we pay Zapone a visit, and so we shall. Really though, does that man ever have anything useful to say? As I suspected, Zapone hadn't a single piece of good advice for us regarding the Baron's mystery friend. If we were to find the individual we seek, it looks like we'll need to rely on the time-honoured technique of taking to the streets and talking to the villagers. Alright, and that's what we're doing right now. This guy tried to give us some, like, weird vase, but we didn't take it, so, yeah. Anyway, let's pick up this trash. What kind of louch throws rubbish on the ground? I'm going to pick it up. It's an old newspaper. Honestly, you'd think that everyone would know that rubbish goes in a bin. Wait a second. You have to take a look at this article. Well, would you look at that? It seemed to be Inspector Chelmy. Ha ha ha. Oh, that was an awful fake laugh. I'm so sorry. Look at that. Chelmy hailed as brilliant detective and devoted husband. Oh, jeez. Yeah. What is it? Chelmy celebrates each successful case with his favourite treat, his wife's cakes. Wow, who saw that one coming? He's so gruff that I never imagined he had a soft side like that. Just look at the old grump grinning over his plate of cakes. I knew he was fussing over nothing when he said he hated cakes back at Reinhold Manor. That's right, Luke. He did say that. How very curious. Alrighty, and let's talk to this guy. So is it true what I'm hearing about the two of you? Are you really searching the village for the Reinhold fortune? That's correct, sir. Currently we're in search of a close friend of Baron Reinhold's. We believe that he has entrusted this friend with an important note. Gracious, that's quite the search you have on your hands. Oh, excuse me, my name is Archibald. The Baron and I were great friends, thick as thieves. We used to have the most amazing conversations late into the night. Do you think that perhaps I am the one you're searching for? Yes, I think so. What luck, after all the searching, we should bump into you in a place like this. I have one question. Do you recall ever receiving a small note or a written message from the Baron? No, I don't remember ever receiving anything of the sort from Gus. But he did give me a fine desk that once belonged to him. It's at home. Maybe it holds some kind of clue. The Baron's desk, you say? Excellent. Would you like to come over to my house and take a look at it? You're most gracious. It would be if you'd be kind enough to allow us to look at it, we'd be very grateful. Your Gus wouldn't mind two fine puzzle lovers such as yourselves looking over his desk. Actually, let me impart a few pearls of wisdom on you while I've got your attention. Focusing on your case is all well and good, but if you don't solve some puzzles, you'll be sorry later, so make an effort to find some puzzles around the village and just solve the ones you can. Take it from this old timer, it's good to stop and smell the puzzles sometimes. Alright, I'll get off my high horse now. Let's head over to my house, follow me. This is Gus's old desk, take all the time you need to examine it. Splendid. Luke, let's get right to it. Before that though, we have some hidden points. Here. There we go. And the bookshelf we need, because there's a puzzle here. Look, Professor, there's a hidden puzzle here. No knots. In front of you are 4 tangled lengths of rope. Mark the ones you think will form a knot when you grab them by their ends and pull them taut. I believe the answer is C.
I think think I've got it! Layton's apprentice saves the day!
Good job. The only thing you need to do to solve this puzzle is look at it. However, the images themselves are complicated, so it's easy to get confused. It would be fun to test all the various configurations of actual pieces of rope. Woo, that puzzle was no pushover. Okay. Let's check the desk. Oh yeah, my tripod broke, so I've been holding my camera up like very precariously, like in between some like ropes and stuff. So I hope my model isn't like bugging out or something because of that. Yeah. Anyway, pink coin there, as the dog pointed out, and there's one over here, I think, and one over here, and we check this drawer. Seems to be a note. It may point us in the direction of the golden apple. What do you make of this X? I'm afraid I just don't know at the moment. And that's chapter 5 done. Sorry to interrupt you. I've received a call for you from the innkeeper, Beatrice. It seems she's concerned about one of her guests, and she'd probably like your thoughts on the problem. Well, we'd best go and help her. Thank you, Archibald. Now off to the inn we go, Luke. And that's exactly where we'll go. Oh, actually no, we need to go to the drawbridge again, because we need another hint coin. I believe that's right here. Right. Get going. Welcome back, Professor. I've been looking forward to your return. Thank you. Was there something you wished to discuss with me? Oh my, yes. Listen to this. One of the guests here just performed a doze and dash routine on me. The man's gone, and so are all his things. I'd like you to bring him back. I'm a businesswoman after all. How can I run a business with scoundrels running out on their bill like this? Would you mind if I look around the man's room? Please do. Look at it all you want. Here, I'll show you in. Yuck. What an absolute pigsty. The whole place stinks of smoke, and there's rubbish everywhere. Beatrice, can you describe the guest's appearance for me? Well, he had a sharp mustache, and it was pretty clear he wasn't from around here. That was obvious. Mustache reeks of smoke. Oh, do you suppose she could talk about Inspector Chelmy? Inspector Chelmy? Isn't he the self-important windbag who's been up at Reinhold Manor? No, that's not him. The man who stayed here just looked so much more evil. He was wearing a long trench coat. I'm sure you know the type. Oh, where could he have run off to? Sorry to ask this, Professor. Would you be a darling and find the thief who skipped out on his bill? Right. I believe we just leave. Be a darling and find the thief who skipped out on his bill. Honestly, how are we ever going to make progress in our search for the golden apple? Things aren't looking good. No one knows anything about the item in question, and we have no leads. I'm beginning to wonder if this golden apple that everyone is in a flap over even exists. Now Luke, I wouldn't say we're without any leads. Think, my boy, there's a place in St. Mystère that every villager has warned us to stay away from. What do you mean? The tower, Luke. No matter who we ask, no one seems to know a thing about the place. But suppose for a moment that the tower has something to do with the golden apple. Then it follows that the people of St. Mystère, scared to go near the tower, wouldn't know anything. Of course, we need to investigate that tower. The tower marks the far northern border of St. Mystère. Let's search the road north of the market for a route to the tower. And here's chapter 6, the elusive tower. Search the village for a path to the tower. Simple enough. And we get a new theme for the village. I hope you're enjoying the game so far, by the way. I doubt it's anyone's first time playing this game if they're watching this, but if it is, then I really hope you're enjoying it, because it gets good from now on. I mean, it was always good, but it gets really good from here. Good day, gentlemen. How's your investigation coming along? I can't imagine it's much fun asking questions all day, so how about a puzzle to liven things up? Alrighty. Here's a famous puzzle. One of these three is telling the truth, and the other two are lying. Based on their statements, can you determine who's telling the truth? A, I never lie. B, A is lying. I'm the one telling the truth. B is lying. I'm the honest one. Okay. The answer is B. B is telling the truth.
I think I've got
I believe
it.
we get an item for the inn here.
I did it.
That's right, B is telling the truth. The only way for there to be just one person telling the truth is if what B says is true. If A is telling the truth, then C's statement that B is a liar also becomes true. On the other hand, if C is telling the truth, then B's statement that A is a liar becomes true. In both cases, you end up with two truth tellers and one liar, so the only possible solution is that B is the one telling the truth. Go. I guess the old advice to write what you know doesn't apply here. That was just too easy. You know, right now I'm penning a mystery novel and I'm basing the protagonist on you. This is why I've been observing you so carefully. In fact, the more I see of you, the better. So good luck with your search, I'll be watching. This goes to Luke. Right, and we got another puzzle in like the town hall. Rodney. I am responsible for managing the influx and outflux of residents in St. Mystère. In other words, I supervise who gets to stay in this village and who has to be shown the door. If you wish to stay in St. Mystère, I strongly advise you butter me up by solving this puzzle. The board has 12 dots on it. Your task is to connect these dots to form as many squares as possible. You can use each dot multiple times, and you can orient the squares however you wish to fit them on the board. However, to be counted as a square, each corner must be on a dot. How many different squares can be drawn on the board? I believe that is 11.
Luke, here's my answer. Another puzzle solved.
Nice work. Did you have a hard time finding the two biggest squares? Ah yes, that's the answer. Very well then. I approve your application to visit St. Mystère. But when you've finished your business here, I strongly advise you leave the village. This goes to Layton. And next we have to go back to Archibald, I believe. Through here. Into his house again. And we just talk to him. Sorry to bother you while you're busy, but you'd make an old man very happy by helping with this puzzle. Certainly, let's have a look. Laziest man on earth. Okay. I remember this puzzle. Behold, before you sits the laziest man in the entire world, famous for his aversion to physical activity. This slug has designed his house so that he can grab anything without leaving the comfort of his armchair. Using an elaborate set of tools, including a fishing rod, extender arm, and high-energy magnets, the legendary loafer has put everything in the room within reach. However, despite his efforts, there's one place he can't reach without getting up. Can you find this spot? It's under his chair. That's under his chair, and he can't reach his hand in there.
Here's my answer.
It's a silly puzzle, but I love it. I like that one a lot.
Every puzzle has an answer.
That's right, there's no way for him to reach under his chair without getting off his rear end. Still, for reaching objects in other places, his tools seem to do a good enough job. Ah, I see. In my heyday, I could have solved a puzzle like that before you could say cobblestone. My goodness, I guess I'm getting soft in my old age. This goes to Layton, I believe. Alrighty. Let's leave. Go all the way up to the market again. And you. If it isn't you two again. Right. If you want your fortunes told, solve this puzzle for me. Four children were playing, and one of them threw a ball right through your window. Here's what they had to say for themselves. Not me, I didn't break a thing. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I broke the window. It's not A's fault. He didn't do anything. B didn't break the window. You know for a fact that the child who broke the window is lying. However, one or more of the other children are lying as well. Can you work out who broke the window? It's Kid A. Which is a great album also. Listen to Kid A by Radiohead. Great.
Another puzzle solved.
Good job. B and C were also lying about what happened, even though they themselves didn't break the glass. Make sure you give those two a good scolding as well. There's going to be a lot of rain tomorrow. Hang your washing inside if you want it to dry. Okay. We talked to her again for another puzzle. Seems that Destiny has decided that I show you this puzzle. Will you triumph, or will the gaping maw of fate swallow you whole? Wire cube. You want to create a cube out of metal wiring using the fewest numbers of wires possible. You can bend each wire as many times as you like, but no portion of the cube can have more than one length of wire running over the same edge. Don't worry about how one wire will connect to the next, because you'll use a soldering iron later on. What is the fewest number of wires required to complete the task described above? I believe it's 4. Go.
Luke, here's my answer. Critical thinking is the key to success.
You need 4 wires to make the cube. 3 straight lines make up each of the cube's 8 corners. At least 1 wire must terminate at each corner. Since there are 8 corners, you'll need 8 wire ends to form things properly. Each wire has 2 ends, so the total number of wires needed is 4. Goodness, I can't believe you solved it. It was meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. I'll tell you what. Since you went and solved my puzzle, I'll read your palm. Give me your hand now. It seems that calamity follows you wherever you go. Try your best to stay out of harm's way. This goes to Luke, I think. Alrighty. And we finally go on ahead. Leave. Hint coin there. Hint coin here. Hint coin somewhere over here. And a 4th one as well. Somewhere here. Okay. And there's a sign which has a puzzle in it. There's a hidden puzzle here. Red and blue. Okay, this one's going to be quite difficult. The box below holds blue and red balls. As you can see, the colour of the balls and their respective areas don't match. Slide the balls around the box so that the red balls are in the red area and the blue ones are in the blue area. Okay, so I believe do this, we do this, that there, do this, I believe, move that back, move this up, this over here, move this over here, oops, definitely gonna get the minimum amount required there. Okay. Let's see. Alright, I think we move this here. This one takes a lot of effort, to be honest. My notes aren't very helpful with this one. They just work it out yourself. So, what I'm doing. Oh, I see. Okay, here we go. Move this up. This here. Move this here. Move that there. This here. Oh, jeez. Okay. There we go. Almost there. I believe I've used way too many moves, but it is what it is. Right, there we go. And there we go.
I think I've got it. I did it.
Alrighty. Good job. This puzzle can be completed in 30 moves. Does that make you want to retry it? Not really. Anyway, we did good. That puzzle was a tough one. We walk up from here. We get the hint coin. Let's see that. I believe there's 4 here. As usual. Well, not as usual. Oh. Get that one first. And here we go. Let's get this. Oh, what's that on the ground? Appears to be a scrap of paper. Can you please read what's written on it, Luke? Give it to me, Professor. Boss hasn't been himself since Lady Viola's passing, and he shows no signs of recovering. That's why I decided I'll make one as a tribute to Lady Viola. I'm sure it will put a smile back on his face. Ah yes, now it makes sense. Could our mystery author be him? I've worked my fingers to the bone, trying to cheer up the boss. Looking out over St. Mister, I see a thriving, bustling city, with so many villagers to keep him company. Maybe he can finally be happy again. Over that, I had to mute for a second. I sneezed. That's the end of the page. Professor, what's the matter? You look deep in thought. I can't confirm my suspicions at the moment, but I think it's safe to say this goes deeper than we thought. Right, and we talked to this lady. Yeah, Umi oh my, it's not every day I see a handsome buck around these parts. Your looks are impressive, dearie, but let's see if you've got the brains to try this. Try this puzzle on for sight. Oh god, this lisp is like tripping me up. Okay, I'd be happy to solve any puzzle you have, madam. But I don't believe we met before. You are. Yum yum yum. You want to know my name, dearie? I'll tell you as soon as you solve this puzzle. Jeez. Okay. I think I remember this one, yeah. The card one. One of the card ones. You scattered a deck of 52 cards and 1 joker face down on a table so that you don't know which card is where. You start turning the cards over one by one, assuming that you can't flip over the same card twice. What are the percentage odds that you will turn over all 4 aces before you turn over the joker? 20%. 20%.
That should do it.
1 in 5.
Another puzzle solved.
That's right. While it may seem like you need to take other cards into account, no card in the deck except for the joker and the 4 aces plays any part in calculating the percentage. Knowing that you only have to deal with 5 cards in your calculations, the rest is easy. You have 5 cards to flip, and you need one of those 5 cards to be last, so your answer out of 5 is out of 5, 1 in 5, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. Yeah, yes, indeed, that's right. Range and looks, you're just the total package, aren't you? I'm Martha, and I just love cards, especially puzzles that use cards. Oh, those are my favourite. Tish. Oh, jeez. Come on. Yum yum yum. I don't think I've mentioned how much I also enjoy the company of handsome gentlemen. Professor, don't we have somewhere to be right now? And yeah, we have another puzzle here. Look, it's a hidden puzzle. Painting a cube. In front of you sits a blank paper cube that you've decided to paint. You need to paint the cube so that all faces that touch are different colours. Using 3 colours of paint, how many ways can you paint the cube so that it satisfies the above condition? Each painting scheme should be a different pattern, not just the same pattern with the colours rearranged. Also, you can't leave any sides of the cube blank. Okay, so the answer is 1. And after this puzzle, we're stopping.
I think I've got it! Layton's apprentice saves the day!
Alrighty. The only way to fulfill the conditions of the puzzle using 3 different colours is to paint opposite sides of the cube the same colour. As seen in the diagram above, even if you were to change where you used each colour, rotating the cube proves that you're really just reusing the same idea of painting opposite sides the same colour. There's only one unique way to paint this cube using 3 colours. Alright. And with that, we are done. And I'll see you guys later. I could do that puzzle standing on 1 foot. See ya!